Welcome! In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this WAVLINK USB-C triple display docking station. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. We have a list of features here. It supports 2 DisplayPort 8K at 30 Hz, 1 HDMI 8K at 30 Hz, 2 USB-A at 5 gigabits per second, 1 USB-C host, 1 USB-C 10 gigabits per second, 1 USB-C power delivery 3.1 in, 1 gigabit LAN, and 1 audio mic 3.5 millimeter. So let's get this open. This also has some features listed on the back. Here we have a quick start guide. Let's take a quick look at this. This shows the different ports. So for the video ports, you can do single 8K at 30 Hz or 4K at 144 Hz. USB-C in is 140 watt max. This talks about the different features. It's plug and play. So this talks about using single and dual display. So Windows does multi-stream transport. On a Mac, it's going to mirror the display on the 3 displays. So this talks about that here. Then in the back, it talks about setting up your software on, looks like Mac and Windows, for mirroring and such. This has some compliance information. Let's pull this out. So there's the device. We have the different ports on here. This almost looks like a little mini PC. Here's a stand. So it has rubber here, rubber on the inside, and this is made of metal. Feels nice and sturdy. So we can place this on here. That kind of grips like so. Here we have a box with more accessories. So we have the power adapter. Output on this is 140 watts, and that plugs in here. And that has USB-C, which will plug into this here, and there is a little plug icon on it. So you can plug that in. It also comes with a USB-C cable. So I have some power to plug this into. Let me measure the USB-C cable. It's around 40 inches or 1 meter. So that will plug into computer. And there is a little light right here. So here I have my MacBook Pro. Let's open this up and I'll plug into it. So it says allow accessories to connect. I'll say allow. And now it's connected. So I can start connecting things up. Here I have a network cable. This is gigabit Ethernet. I'll plug this in the back. I'll go into my settings here. I'll go to network, and it's showing gigabit Ethernet is connected. Let's do a speed test. So this speed test is on my network, so I'll run it. So we're getting gigabit speeds out of this. Now you wouldn't expect to get exactly 1000, but we got around 980 on both. Let's connect up some monitors. So here I have an HDMI monitor. So I'll go into my control panel and I'll go to displays, and this is currently extending. So I'll go to a range that's down here, and it looks like it's already in the right orientation. So if I drag up, that's going to go up. So this could also be mirrored. So let's add another display. Okay, so I've added a second display. This is in DisplayPort. Now on a Mac, these are going to show the same thing. If you're on Windows, it will use MST, and you can have this as separate displays. So that's a limitation of a Mac, not the device. Of course, this also has USB-A. So here I can plug in a mouse that has USB. And now that's connected up. So right now we have my MacBook with M4 processor plugged in with a single cable to the dock, which is connected up to 2 monitors, gigabit Ethernet, and a mouse. Here I have an external hard drive. Now this is a Thunderbolt 5 hard drive, but it can downscale. So I'll plug that in the front here. This is the 10 gigabit port. I'll open up Blackmagic Speed Test. We'll run a test on this. So it's getting around 940 megabytes per second at write and 808 megabytes per second read. So that's about what I would expect out of a 10 gigabit per second USB-C port. I have one more monitor over here, and now I have 3 monitors connected up. And again, these are all mirrored with each other, but they extend this desktop. So you could mirror this to these and have all of them showing the exact same thing. So I can go in here and I can unplug this and it will disconnect everything at once. Now I should have ejected this first, but otherwise everything else can just be hot swapped. And then I can go ahead and plug it back in and it will connect everything up automatically. So it's nice, that's doing my power, data, everything. So let's take the laptop out of here. Here I have an iPad Pro with the M4 processor. So I can plug in. And now this is connected up to everything. So I can even use the mouse here with the mouse pointer. If I go into files, I can see the external display. It's using my Ethernet and it's outputting to all three displays mirrored. So we're essentially turning this laptop into a desktop computer. I could have a wired keyboard plugged into this. So all of those things that I plugged into my MacBook, I can also plug into my iPad Pro. Okay, so here I have another setup. It's a little unconventional, but it's good for demonstration. This is a mini PC. Mini PCs are essentially laptop hardware in a desktop design. So this is going to function very similar to a laptop. I have the dock plugged into USB-C, and you can see I have 3 monitors here. Now since this supports MST, or multi-stream transport, I can go into my settings, and I'll go into displays. So I go to System Displays, and I have 3 displays. If I hit Identify, it shows this is screen 2, 1, and 3. That may be cut off. So I've rearranged it. So now I can drag this to the left and the right, and I have 3 displays connected up to this with the 1 cable. So I can get something like a spreadsheet, and I can start that on the left, and I could drag that across all 3 displays. So I have column BQ on this monitor. So on Mac it's going to mirror the display. On PC you can use MST to have separate displays. So that's the WAVLINK USB-C triple display docking station. If you have a lot of peripherals to plug into your computer, a docking station like this can be a great option. You just have 1 cable that plugs into your computer, and then you plug everything else into the docking station. So you can have your 3 displays, network, and you have your USB-A. Here I have a keyboard mouse dongle plugged in there. This would be great for plugging in a printer, so you can plug your USB printer in here, and it will automatically connect to your computer when you're plugged into the dock. Nice thing about this docking station is that it has 140 watt power delivery, so you can send a lot of power to your laptop, so you're not skimping on power when you plug this into your laptop or portable device. This was very easy to set up. It was easy to tell where to plug the power in the back. It was easy to tell where to plug your USB-C into the dock, and then the other ports are pretty self-explanatory. So if you're looking for a good docking station for your Mac or Windows computer, or even an iPad, I think this is a great option. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.